I'm so high with no edibles. You ask how does it feel? It's incredible. And now I'm standing on my pedestal. Y'all got no morals, y'all unethical. I'm so high with no edibles. You ask how does it feel? It's incredible. And now I'm standing on my pedestal. Y'all got no morals, y'all unethical. I got a baby face, call it whip. All right, what's going on, y'all? I want to welcome you to another edition of Terrance Hill TV, presented to you by Double ETV. Before we get into today's segment, be sure to hit that like and subscribe button. Also hit that notification bell as well and be notified whenever we upload new content. This is a brand new podcast, brand new platform that I just started, close to my 100th subscriber. So, we're just going to keep building and, I'm grateful for what we're doing. Today, I want to talk about the LA Lakers head coaching job. There have been some talks of them giving the job to Dan Hurley, who is the coach for UConn. He's a back-to-back champion, 2 titles at UConn. And if he was to win another one this year, he would tie, if I'm not mistaken, I think it's Jim Wooden as one of the only coaches to do such a feat in college. So that's something that he's going to have to consider, not to mention it's a lot of pressure that comes with that Laker job, because obviously anytime you have, LeBron James that you're coaching, the expectations are definitely championship or bust. You got, definitely you got Davis to think about as well. And then we're still gonna, 9 times out of 10, in my opinion, I think LeBron will stay with the Lakers, but there could be some slight possibility he could go elsewhere. We'll kind of keep an eye on all that and see what decisions he decides to make. Obviously, with Bronny getting drafted, it's a lot to think about for LeBron. He could opt out, decide to re-up or maybe explore his options. But me personally, I think he'll probably stay in the Lakers. But I wouldn't, if I was him, I wouldn't definitely. I wouldn't turn down an opportunity to explore other options, or maybe meet with some other teams and just kind of take the best, course of action, especially with his age. He's 39 right now. He'll turn 40 in December. So his window is closing, as far as opportunities. Now, I still believe if LeBron, I still think LeBron has about 3 years left in him. And, but again, you want to maximize those 3 years. You're not just out there playing just to play. You want to try to capture another championship or 2 if possible. So I would definitely explore my options if I was LeBron. But for Dan, it's definitely something he's going to have to consider. The expectation level in LA. We've seen their track record over the years with coaches has been kind of short, where they haven't been, me personally, Frank Vogel, I didn't think Frank deserved to get fired. But again, I'm not there, but that's just someone on the outside looking in. I'm not one of these people who had anything against Darvin Ham. I thought Darvin was a decent coach, but I think as it's still a learning curve for anybody who comes into that particular position to make the right adjustments and things of that nature. But what people have to remember, a lot of fans and people, fail to realize this. A head coach is not always the one that's doing all the X's and O's and things of that nature. Normally, the head coach, you're more motivating your players and more psychologically getting them positioned for, everything that they have to face, and more of a motivation type thing. A lot of times, like Phil Jackson gets a lot of credit, but Tex Winters was the one who implemented the triangle offense. And even with Frank Vogel there, when Jason Kidd was on the staff, obviously LeBron a lot of times would talk to Kidd about things or whatever. Or when Tyronn Lue was the assistant coach with the Cavs. So a lot of times it's your offensive or defensive coaches that these players talk to more and more, and the developmental coaches as well, that sometimes the players have more of a rapport with. Even look at the NFL. You have the offensive coordinator, defensive coordinator, special teams coach. So a lot of times the head coach gets way too much credit because he's not doing everything. He's just kind of he's the figurehead, but a lot of the X's and O's, the head coach is not involved with as much as people think he is. So, saying that, obviously for Dan coming from college, I think he would translate. I think he would do well. Just like I think guys like Coach K back in the day, he would have translated well in the NBA. I think Bill Self would do well in the NBA, but not all college coaches can come over and do that. So he have to learn some things, but I do think he has the temperament. I do like his attitude and swagger. So I'm not against the decision at all. I do think they should consider some other options as well, and kind of go from there. But yeah, I mean, for me, I've said this to someone recently. If I was a head coach, I wouldn't be like the easiest guy to get along with, because at the end of the day, the players are they're making way more money than you are, which is fine. But their window of opportunity normally is, if it doesn't work out, I'm going to get blamed. I'm going to get fired. So I would rather get fired doing things my way than just caving into all the demands of some of these, divas and guys that don't want to be held accountable and stuff like that. So I think head coaches, in my opinion, should be more of a prick and more of a hole about stuff, because if it doesn't work out, they're going to get fired anyway. So I would hold these players really accountable and kind of run the program the way I want to run it. So if I'm going to get fired, I would rather get fired on my own terms than just kind of, coming in, laying over, and just being a doormat and letting people, talk to me any kind of way, or not really doing the job at hand. Now, that being said, though, you have to know what you're talking about. You can't come in as a coach and you're coaching these guys who know the game inside and out, and you don't know your stuff either. Also, I think coaches sometimes, if the coach's effort is not matching the player's effort, they could take that a certain way as well. If I'm coming in early, putting up shots, if I come in early, lifting weights and things of that nature, you should be there early looking at film. You should be there early and staying late as well. And we know some coaches do that. And the coaching thing is not easy. A lot of these coaches are not healthy. Guys a lot of times not eating right, they're on the road. It's a lot of stress. There's a lot of pressure. We've seen a lot of coaches with heart issues and cancer and things like, of that nature, because it's not easy coaching. There's a lot of pressure. But let me know your thoughts for the Lakers and what decisions you think they should make. Me personally, I'm okay with this decision to bring in Dan Hurley. You guys want to follow me on other platforms, you can follow me on Instagram at Terrance Hill the Great. I'm on Facebook at Terrance Hill, Snapchat T Hill the Great, X, formerly known as Twitter, I'm in the Hills, and TikTok, Elevate with Terrance. My two websites are doubleetv.com, that's with two E's, doubleetv.com, and terrancehill.com as well. And anybody who wants to donate, the Cash App is Terrance Hill Music. Again, the Cash App is Terrance Hill Music. But I thank you guys so much for tuning in to this particular segment. Laker Nation, let me know your thoughts in the comment section. And lastly, those who want to donate to our efforts over here and help this machine, the Cash App again is Terrance Hill Music. But thank you guys so much for your time, and I'll see you on the very next segment. Take care.
I'm so high with no edibles. You ask how does it feel? It's incredible. And now I'm standing on my pedestal. Y'all got no morals, y'all unethical. I'm so high with no edibles. You ask how does it feel? It's incredible. And now I'm standing on my pedestal. Y'all got no morals, y'all unethical. I got a baby face, call it